you know, many people are talking about sanctions and sanctions. What's the view of the American government on sanctions?
So we don't have sanctions in place on the people of Zimbabwe, right? There are two categories of sanctions. One is the ZEDERA, which has not really taken effect yet, because ZEDERA refers to debt relief and new lending. And for that to happen, there need to be certain conditions met. Those conditions have not been met. So ZEDERA provides a roadmap to the future, but hasn't really been called into effect yet. There's a second category of targeted sanctions, financial sanctions, focused on individuals that have been determined over the years to have played a negative role in the undermining of democratic institutions and processes. There are 86 individuals on that list, about 55 entities, and that's sort of where the sanctions regime stands. I would stand back and make a broader point. As I said in my remarks, we would welcome a better relationship with Zimbabwe, but our view, and we welcome some of the change in tone and some of the commitments, but we would very much like to see those commitments translated into action on the ground. If they are, that will lead to a better relationship with us. I think that's the bottom line.
Yes, and what's your view on the gunning down of civilians on August 1?
So I understand the Commission of Inquiry has finished its work and has submitted its report to President Mnangagwa. We would encourage the President to make that report public. In fact, he committed in his public remarks to do so. I think it's important for the public to see what the Commission of Inquiry has found, and if the recommendations in that report are credible and serious, we would like to see them implemented. I think for us, what happened on August 1st and what happened in the aftermath of August 1st, when opposition supporters were hunted down and harassed and intimidated, that needs to be dealt with, and those people, the people responsible for those kinds of activities, need to be held accountable.
And you talked about the opposition, you know, in terms of engagement.
Yes.
What exactly are you talking about? Who should they engage and how should they do it?
I would say we would encourage the opposition to begin to look to the future and do two things. One, be willing to dialogue with government. We think the opposition needs to play a role in determining what political and economic reform looks like in Zimbabwe and how they should be implemented. And two, we would like to see the opposition play the role of an opposition, which is to provide an alternative vision to that of the ruling party and build public support for their vision.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Okay.